Imagine this, you're a student working full-time while juggling school. Many students find themselves torn between going to school in person or online. The flexibility of online learning seemed perfect, but many students, including me and my sister, wonder if it could really match the structure and interaction we would get in person. With our experience navigating both types of learning, it made me think about how education is evolving and how each format works differently for different students. Hey there everyone, welcome to Online vs. On Campus, the education experience. I'm Isaac, and today we're diving into a topic that's been on a lot of minds lately. How online schooling differs from in-person learning. Whether you're a student figuring out which path to take, a parent wanting to understand the options, or maybe even an educator who's been juggling both worlds, this episode is for you. Now, you might be thinking, aren't both of these just ways of going to school? Well, yes, but there's so much more to it than that. Online schooling and in-person learning each come with their own unique opportunities, challenges, and experiences that can really shape a student's academic journey. In this episode, we'll break down the differences between these two modes of education, explore their benefits and drawbacks, and most importantly, shed some light on how each can impact the way students learn, socialize, and prepare for their future. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of how these systems work and what might be the best fit for different types of learners. Stick around, it's going to be an eye-opening conversation. Education is one of the most important aspects of our lives, shaping not only what we know, but also how we think and approach the world. Whether it's in a physical classroom or through a screen, the way we learn can have a big impact on our overall development. Now, when we compare online schooling with traditional in-person learning, it's not just about where you're sitting during class. It's about how each environment affects your ability to understand and process information. Online schooling often gives students more flexibility and independence, while in-person learning tends to provide more structure and face-to-face interactions. But here's the question. How does this influence critical thinking skills and clarity of understanding? For example, online classes require a lot of self-discipline and time management. Without the same in-person cues and immediate feedback from teachers, students might find themselves needing to develop stronger problem-solving skills on their own. On the flip side, in-person learning offers more opportunities for group discussions, immediate clarifications, and those spontaneous aha moments. That comes from interacting with classmates and teachers in real time. So when we talk about clarity and critical thinking, both formats offer valuable experiences, but they push students in different ways. The purpose here is to look deeper, beyond the surface, and ask ourselves, what do we want out of our education? And how do these different learning environments help us get us there? One of the major factors influencing student preferences is the environment in which learning takes place. According to George Citroner, in their 2022 article of 65% of students prefer in-person learning, new survey finds that the physical presence of a teacher and peers in a classroom setting significantly benefits students' social and emotional development. This setting provides opportunities for immediate feedback and personal interaction that many students find crucial for their learning and motivation. In-person classes often foster a sense of community and belonging, which can be harder to achieve through a screen. In contrast, online learning offers flexibility that can be particularly beneficial for students. Juggling other responsibilities, as seen in cases of many students, those students who balance work, family, or extracurricular activities often find the ability to set their own schedules crucial for staying on top of their commitments. According to Carlos Eduardo, in their 2024 article, In-Person vs. Online Learning Statistics, online education allows students to learn at their own pace and on their own schedule, which can be a game changer for those who need to balance work, family, or other commitments. This flexibility, while advantageous, also means students must be self-motivated and disciplined, which isn't always easy for everyone. According to Cassie Burke, in their 2023 article, Online vs. In-Person Classes, Is One Better Than the Other?, discusses how online classes, despite their inconvenience, can lead to a sense of isolation. Without regular face-to-face interaction, students may struggle with staying engaged and motivated. This lack of social interaction can affect their overall academic performance and satisfaction with their educational experience. On the other hand, in-person learning environments, as highlighted by Samantha Sparks in their 2021 article, How In-Person Classes Help Students Development, reduces distractions and provides a more controlled setting conducive to focused learning. This structure is beneficial for students who thrive on direct supervision and immediate access to resources and support. The hands-on approach of an in-person classes also allows for real-time problem solving and collaboration, which can enhance learning outcomes by allowing students to learn at their own pace and revisit material as needed. This flexibility lets students focus more on challenging topics and spend less time on areas they already understand, leading to a deeper understanding of the material. Additionally, the ability to schedule learning around personal obligations can reduce stress, allowing students to be more engaged and motivated, ultimately improving their overall performance. The shift towards online learning, as noted by Ilan Hamilton and Veronica Beagle in their 2023 article, The Rise of Online Learning in the U.S., reflects broader trends in higher education. With over 10 million students engaging in online classes by 2022, it's clear that many find value in the flexibility and accessibility of virtual education. However, this transition also underscores the need to address the challenges associated with online learning. It's also important to consider the challenges of ensuring equitable access to technology and support services, as not all students have the same resources. Without reliable internet, up-to-date devices, or access to technical support, students may struggle to participate fully in online learning. This digital difference can create barriers to success, especially for those from underserved communities, highlighting the needs for schools and institutions to address these inequalities by providing the necessary tools and support for all learners. Furthermore, Stephanie Cellini in their 2021 article, How Does Virtual Learning Impact Students in Higher Education?, provides a critical look at the impact of online learning on academic performances. Despite the advantages of flexibility, research shows that online students often face challenges that can affect their grades and completion rates. This challenge includes a lack of immediate feedback and reduced opportunities for engagement, which can be mitigated through well-designed online programs and support systems. Ultimately, both online and in-person learning environments have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. The choice between them depends largely on individuals' needs, learning styles, and personal circumstances. By understanding these differences, students and educators can make informed decisions that best supports academic success and personal growth. To bring our discussion full circle, I had a chance to sit down with my sister, who experienced both online and in-person learning firsthand. Her insights provide a personal perspective on the broader trends and data we've discussed. In our conversation, she shared her experiences navigating the challenges and benefits of both learning environments, from balancing the flexibility of online classes with the structure of in-person instruction to managing the social dynamics of each. Her story highlights how these educational modes play out in real life. Let's hear what she had to say about her journey and how her experiences reflect the key points we've explored today. Hey Aubrey, thanks for joining us today. I'm excited to hear about your experiences with both online and in-person learning. To start, can you tell us a bit about your background with each type of education you have found them to differ?
Hey Isaac, thanks for having me. So a bit of my schooling background would be going to in-person school up until my junior year of high school and then transferring to online school. The main thing I found to differ is the ways of teaching.
Thanks for sharing that. It's evident that transitioning from in-person to online schooling has brought some significant changes. The hands-on support of traditional classrooms compared to the self-paced flexibility of online classes really underscores the core differences between the two approaches. Now, do you think the online program offers the same quality of education and resources as in-person schooling? Why or why not?
That's a great question. I would say I can't speak for all online schooling programs as well as in-person schools, but in the specific schools I've gone to in person and online, The in-person schooling probably provided a better education. This was mainly due to the fact that there were more classes to help me get ahead for college, whereas in my online schooling, I was actually trying to figure out how I would make up credits for my senior year. I haven't said this prior, but I plan on going back senior year to graduate with my class. But because my online schooling program doesn't offer junior math and history class, I'll have to make up those credits my senior year.
Thanks for sharing. It sounds like in-person classes gave you a stronger foundation for college preparation, especially with the extra classes available. It's frustrating when online programs don't cover everything you need, like the junior math and history credits. Your plan to catch up during your senior year shows a lot of determination. For my final question, what are the key benefits or drawbacks of online schooling that you've experienced compared to traditional in-person classes?
First of all, in the online schooling classes, and some courses, not all, are incredibly easy. My second week of school, I finished a whole course. I would never been able to do this in my in-person school. While this does help me get ahead, I feel I'm not really learning anything, and it might affect me in the long run, considering I want to go back. I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to feel behind, even though I'm trying to get ahead. I feel that online learning is also quite possibly not for everyone. I didn't realize how much better I retain information by seeing it and hearing it in a classroom rather than reading it on a computer screen.
Both programs really seem to fit different types of students. It really depends on what they need. Some people might do better in an in-person setting where they can interact directly with teachers and classmates, while others might prefer the flexibility of online learning, especially if they have a busy schedule or other responsibilities. It really comes down to what works best for each person in their unique situation.
Yes, you could say that. The programs were created for different learners. Not everyone can focus on a computer or in a classroom setting, but some students strive for that daily routine of being in a classroom to keep them engaged, while others can't even think around their peers and like to be with their thoughts alone.
That's an interesting thought process. Maybe if we can make a second episode, you could go more in depth, but I'm afraid that's all our time. Thank you for being here, Aubrey, to speak with us about your experience.
Thank you for having me, Isaac. I enjoyed talking to you about the different benefits and struggles I experienced firsthand throughout these forms of schooling.
And thank you, folks, for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll speak again in another episode of Online vs. On Campus, the Education Experience.